let me know. His strength is perfect when our strength is gone. He'll carry us when we can't carry on. Raising His power, the weak become strong. His strength is yet sometimes I wonder what He can do through me. No great success to show, the glory of my own, just in my weakness He is there to let me know. His strength is perfect when our strength is gone. He'll carry us when we can't carry on. Raising His power, the weak become strong.
I was for you, the audience, Papa Pastor, I'm not dumb, so I'm so celebrate. Today is 31st of January 2021. 2 minutes past 7 p.m. on the dot. This is a Radio KLM station with vision and focus. Yes, tomorrow, sir, my train up in Sabri. Jumadin, yes, she has seen on Sian Copim no train. Yet the young for 14 days fasting into no. Baby Bompire Copim non Sian Primo. Of Ancha Papa. Yami, I don't fit in this week. Minya Sabon in the bio. Maybe your father tonight said that Yamisha and Papa some more Sabot Channel. The crew is ready, the team is ready, my production team is also ready. And so in the next 1 minute, we'll go to the Studio B and pick our panelists for tonight's discussion. It's a topical one and we're going to learn a lot of things from it. God bless you so much for joining us on Radio KLM station with vision and focus. You are listening to us on Radio Modern Ghana. You can also listen to us on Media U. And of course, if you have the apps, just tap on it and you are with us. And for those of you watching us on Facebook Live, kindly share the page for others to also learn whatever we are coming to study and to talk about tonight. We hope to give you the best of the best because my panelists have really done research and they are going to do justice to the topic tonight. 2020 and COVID-19 lessons learned, the part 2. Yada Masi Papa, more Baka and Sawa Facebook Live. Yamisha Mo Papa, yes, some other back with my Yabuayan and some Bashir page in the Mayan and Chebia. And Chebia, never cost you be now your cofa, Yan Papa, no Mamma. You look very casual, very easygoing with the COVID-19 hair and with their nose mask. Too much. And Chebe goes to the Bimba one of Fefe Obakon Boniti for Fefe or Jenny Luca. My production team has been Stevenson and Jimanuel Tuakofi. I told you I know why you don't meet me so I'll be PMO Studios on the more. Yamisha Munina. And you're right. One of you been a buyer. We in a car. I'm a cameraman. I got Thomas Niashana. You're from the Reverend Joseph Klm Ansa. I've been your host. God bless you. Stay tuned and never flip your dial. Very soon. We'll go to Studio B.
No great success to show. The glory of my own. Just in my weakness, He is there to let me know. His strength is perfect when all strength is gone.
Yanko Studio B na Yanko Efa ye mamenom ne papanom na ye misa won abrabomo ensem nyoma what your background no yanga ye mame Jane and Venice me yere epesen nyomi papa inte nyomre ninti na me ebo de amano wo ya Steven ayo ya wana
na painting na bo nyono dia forget it.
Mama ya mama kwaba
Eja papa.
na mo ho etedan
Na mi atom papa. Ya hu ye pa.
yeda erade ase anwumre mo ho ayefe papa na mpom etedan
Na mi atom papa.
yeda erade ase akura COVID-19 here papa Steven ho tedan
Christendom.
yeda erade ase na abusuafo no so ho tedan
Wo ye pa.
obi a ho ye
Very wo ye.
yeda erade ase mama ho tedan
As usual.
enyo me boma me yere ya ne jeje na be ne so enyo mo ba me boma me mama wo yere me boma me yere
What the bomb man ne here. So see na ni je hunti na wo bo.
you
Na am say bibi nti na wo bo se na be na ni be je di ende.
oh
yeah.
sisi an wi akom chene paibo
Nka he.
me sisi na me kama say me sisi an wi akom chene paibo
Yo.
di ye da so wo honhom ye nya ma honam
Na be ready ase. Because one
oh ye be fi honam mom ye be fi mu at enyume kra me wodwuma dibidi nti no ya de obehu wo fi mpo
no problem.
me ko baby akobom pai so baby
Shranken rade.
nti no obehum na bia be 1 to 2 am onum no kra me bape 4:30 yare ba commanding the month
Den abe kofi.
oh after commanding the month no e ba pon 6 mako si no school
Den abe kofi.
anyway yada radio setiefo yada mwase papa ahaya radio KLM na last week yesterday jumedino 2020 and COVID-19 lessons learned for the sake of young etiefo ni adenti eba boni tawbio say na last week na ya toaso ene den so na ya hwe nia erade ewo ede emayen yare no apostle educational aspect yare no social aspect yare no emotional aspect, the spiritual aspect, and then the media aspect. As individual, as a nation, as a church, as educational institutions. If I say young Papa is into the academia, and also then we look at the second phase of COVID-19. Then what measures are we taking? A lot of messages that are going on social media talking about hydrogen peroxide. My man for the chest, papa, Meribeya, me share video beer. Now, baby, come once and then she ni tea be abuse and be son of the suffer. Then, oh, there show me no cancellation. 1 minute, now, minute, and also, some concon. Professors, doctors will be a recommend of it. Obin so sending me another video. They say, you when you found, say, we are swashed, weapon, na and which is one swashed. Now we here and then swashed, not one number gumo. I know they may flash up, papa, and then you know, Baba, the Lord.
So I show no, we show no pay.
It was show no.
So papa,
I am a 50. Immediately, I need you, papa.
So I show
you.
ate
nyawo hia
yo
enwumre ya so no bi so se fa kutu na osinsin ho kutu ho na chi no fa gu pan mu na fa siga so na noa na wonua no pampa na ba no punko mu twiko mu se na utwen tampe no na ujam kuha fa hone mu no ya utwen yi vepa na efi enso hyew na anoya kutu ho no ya no so se ekum mwa no smart. Nijina will talk about it, and then finally your general comments and advice that you give. Enti papa aminfi ase enfi ho educational aspect. Last week no boss for the sake of our listeners and for those joining us on Facebook Live, Nintino. Papa, what do you have to say about it? What impact has it brought on our education as individual, as a nation, as a family, as a church, as institutions? What do you have to say on this, Papa?
Yo, papa mi chia one wati fu nyinara. Wanga wati last week no ye fi aseka COVID about last year mu ho asem na ye hu se a affect yen abrabo ne yen ne ye bebre na last week no ye can fi social ABC education na ye hu se COVID no e infaso bebre so abrayen ene de ohaw so asanga abrayen na say ohaw no outweighs the benefit depending on where you stand numuno yehu say
in fact we don't want to talk about the negative aspects. We want to focus on the positive so that we can learn a lot of things.
Inti yehu say last week ne ka say the inkabom aba efiemu ama mmarima na nka kan no want na fie no wetimi tena fie
I don't know social
say me di fie ho ma what na fie
say the whole hia
you hu hia me ma mmarima ni tena fie ma mmea no eni je ho ye fie ne ba adesua mu na ye hu say eno nso cover ne de insakrai bebre aba ye hu say wonga ye close down schools in March no. Some schools took advantage of the situation and became innovative. Or the new system by online teaching. Some were using Zoom. Some were using other platforms. And I think the last week, Michelle Niame of ACB AUC, and I think it was less expensive and less sophisticated to handle.
It does also take a lot of data.
Now you who say. Moving on, you say it's a set, you can't say it's a set of buying your education, muno. Yes, we need to have a paradigm shift from the regular way of teaching, the face to face, to a more maybe an online approach to education. Now, as you said, a bit maybe no. I think this week, because of COVID, didn't never. This week is platform yes you who said will be the picture there towards it about 102 years ago COVID was in the system and people had to wear face masks, nose masks or whatever it is. We are reliving the time. And now abe esi unkwanga yebefa so a yede yenga disua ne ade kire no ebefa so se na be ebeboa ma wonga at least yenga yentimi yenga yen country yen develop ya ye all vaccine ebeboa yen na ade no we can continue to educate our children even whilst they are home. Inti share from KG and by JHS secondary in the university for now. Yes, most of the universities no they took advantage and used the online to complete their semester. However, no secondary school in JHS they had to go back when COVID no ebra sekakra okoi wutimi tro one exam. Na ni nyina mu no yegusua esuade yegusua epekwanga yebetimi ama disua akoso a it won't be distorted by this COVID. However, no, I think that as an educationist, no, one thing I've come to realize is that some of the things we need to know. Say, yebeboa ama COVID no etimi either stabilize or to even reduce them is the contact. Say students in Anka sample will be fear bar, they are careful. Will be do schooler, they are no longer careful.
Will be fear bar.
Will be fear bar, they are careful.
Because they are under their mother's care and their parents' care. No?
Not really. When they are in town, they are in the trotro and all that. They are careful. But the very moment we do school, you know, now they become carefree. The reason being that in school, you know, they think that they've seen their friends, they've seen their colleagues, and because minimo, because you are Madam Funti, automatically I think you don't have. But as you say, I don't know, you're in trouble in enemy. You're in trouble, my so the way I dress and dress will be, the way I would do and dress will be. So you cannot tell if the person has it or not. Of course, the fact say we need me we are Madam Fana say me no kobano and just say me a bam me me say bang me ade. For me last week I can't say treat everybody as a suspected case.
The suspect
me hear the way when ni aye kra bi ana odini my head. When you have that mindset, see me I brand your team any man na baba your team in Jenny or your COVID suspect. Onama now I careful. Inti school muno is a sana yeshe na ye aging. Unfortunately, there is an extent to which you can caution them, or there's an extent to which they can reason out this. But JHS to secondary to university, the very moment we come together, we forget ourselves. And Mijedi said, when our university or hostels, when they go out, perhaps they are careful. But when they come in, because this is my roommate, many know what them they forget say, the bakuno kwa banteno or no FR call lecture room A, the other person call lecture room B, or he call lecture room C, and they met different types of people. And we have come back into the room. So anything can happen, anything is possible. One person could have contracted it from one lecture room and had brought it in the hall.
Papa, I would like you to repeat that statement. Which number replay? You are in the same room. Let's assume maybe one of the universities, maybe more university, but one of the universities, only a 6 room.
Yes.
You've gone to lectures. When you have course,
you different lecture theater for different sociology, medical science. Humanities
become
into because obia connect different
business
of course we have become for art into me kwa share about 60 people,
sure.
50 or 30 40 people
it's very educative.
In the lecture room. And so when we meet like that, the funny thing is that when we meet like that, we think say we're now outside in Obi. Into when we meet in the lecture room, we forget. And we come into contact. And so the past 6 hours then we will be able to
different.
But we don't wear the mask because we are in the same room. She's my roommate, he's my roommate. And the person you are calling your roommate might have contracted with somebody who has the disease. In Tiabanesa, room is likely you will get it. That is how come the situation is spreading more in the workplaces. Because workplaces, when people come, they think so, we are colleagues, we are this, until we can just play around. And we need to be careful. Me Friday, my colleague say, me man a pen non-fan signing. And I had left my sanitizer in my car. Until beside this, this sanitizer went in. Also, no so eja one came, and I'm say ne day any hana me di ni ha me fa pen ne ma no because me de mana so sanitizer and san weji so de ma me back me sanitizer and san meji
sure.
And in the absence of the sanitizer I didn't give him the pen. Ebi aba yo say me kire me hododo and asem ye bibi do, but I am protecting him if I have it, and I'm protecting myself if I have it.
It's not until I say.
Yes. One thing I say, Madam for no you say, what do you video? I'm saying, what at this point Mami nye bibi do.
Mami cause bibi.
Mami nye bibi because until disease he buy pen edam table to me fa. Yetimi share nyema. But now I need to protect you. Unya oyire benya o ma benya na ede o how ebe busuani. Minti yen educational setup no. We need to be very careful. We need to be very vigilant. And yes, Adia, yan sheye na baako esi wo hode it's going to spread because there's no way social distance no any at least max there's an extent to which we all wear. But the social distance when we see ourselves we are together.
When the education setup no we are not wearing it. We are not wearing it and it's quite dangerous.
Into we need to ensure say sa nyama no yaye for education. No, of course. School no, is a place where we learn. School is a place where intelligence are gained and all that. Into we need to exhibit that. And yes, idea. Okuna yare kuni nyina na. Ngosi baby a. Ye be kun okuhu na yare no so. They see ano second wave na dia no yeding. Echiro apa na oda ho. Inti mu ye hwe ni.
Mama memra wo ho se na wa ho fa bidwa anwumre yi eden na owo eka fa educational aspect no papa akasa bebre eden na owo eka fa ho na yento a dwumede ne so enne yemre ni sakakra but yebe mia yin ni awie enne educational aspect no mama eden na already come for home 2020 and lessons from COVID-19 no no eden na account for home
papa me da say mechia watiefo ne wahwefo enanwumre bio papa senia yen brother na di kan aka no me wo Legon campus me wo Legon post office na sometimes me hu school fo ni bia me yam hyeme baby am yam ta hyeme pa ye o makọ canteen no mu didi no.
That's right.
Table ni ye ten and enkonwa a wo ma hyehye no 8 wa ha no almost when they face each other. Now papa they feel so comfortable say
so good.
Nka ekra say bibisa e wo kwa
benze
eye edi covid na senior ade ne ti a second wave ya obi bowa obi wo na obowa ohome keke anase nipa ni bie na no a wutiminya se de na ye bra ka omu rooms any ade no so omu ra post office ono mo ba be transact business a we sada we kom we sa hye we motoam oba sa hye be ma motoam be man sada oba kon ho ni senior agro bi ni ade omu be ra post office wa no ma hye papa asusa bobo ne ne ka ho ohun ni so ohun ne yonko na che
sa na papa ye no de ni saka
ohun na che e na wo mo call ye no masan aba na mo be ra post office ho mo ma na o ma hye mask no thinking say yen na yen ye wo ho ni mo no yen ye wo bia ye de be san wo enti educational aspect no baby me emphasize on ye omukọ canteen ya papa esese omu show omu huye because it's a big canteen and nipa ekogu ho no te say the omu wo a whole lecture room a very serious and afei so kwan a omu fa so eche omu niema we kita book maje we phone ma me hwe na waje ene TikTok ya aba bebrebe obi be clicking on TikTok on share face mask or the ne tibe kwa kotari ne yonko ne ho akwa hwa de kura
den TikTok no
papa social media eyi bi obi o hono ma ne bibia o ye na watwa ne ho wa record ne ho na o de ato so ene niemo bebre
asa na ya obrempon asare o say that's my madam talking
papa asa horo bi eniema utimu se nhye da nya niema bi a eye hu bia sa but esan say ye na danfo e na akọ social media na wakọ twini nti no esese one ne hwe e puti omo life at stake eti kakra me meka e wa ha e fa university for de ne ho e na fe papa nkwala nkete ne nso no e to da ya na yare mhihie fi se ye mpanimfo yi mpo ye hu ye ho so hwe and now children's service for a bar sorry na obi e ba ne maame de ne de akata ne hwena no enso omo bedu ho no obi yi ne de akyekyere ne kon obi de ne de abọ ne nsa obi de ne de ahye ne bag mu a kyese ohu se obi anti minim se sa na omu ko school nso a omo ye university primary nkwala mienu ba ko say mine is beautiful than yours, let me try yours. Eti chese eya yam hihie papa enu ti kakra me mesre ni say parents no yemmo bibi ntu nkwala na dwene mu yemmo bibi ntu nkwala na dwene yemma nkwala ni hu hia ehia say okọ school a sanitizer hye ne bag mu no obehu yusu na onfa ni face mask emma ne yonko na onje ne yonko nso de.
Okay. Papa, Mami, I hope we are talking about the lessons that we have learned so far. Yanjini Ipe will may divert our curriculum. Papa, what positive things have we learned in 2020 as far as COVID-19 is concerned? Our curricular system and then the academic calendar has also changed. Is it good for us? What is the lesson that we can learn as an institution? Make sure I be adapting. Mama Roots ever be big crash na to school needing. I don't want to prophesy any name now.
Steve Roots.
Okay, Mama, you are in the spirit.
Steve Root, yete Pokwasana driving school be what is Steve Root. Intina cars no watch from Steve Root. Intina car that me guess here ko ka catch on see. Company ni jamayende. Anyway. Curriculum. Curriculum day. What curriculum? It cannot be affected. Curriculum no is
but as we speak now, actually it has been affected though. There has been new changes. I'm a textbook right into me.
But
so the lessons that we have learned
it may not necessarily be as a result of the COVID, but
sure.
Yes, the content. Maybe I don't mean maybe I'm in America, so
because they say is it not because of COVID-19 in Amma? They say will be a diploma, say then will be SHS also.
No, you see, and because of COVID-19.
But
something that is something that the our educational system will be going through.
Oh, okay.
It's
necessary.
Yes, not necessarily
as
a result of
COVID.
Okay. In the I think the next 2-3 years, GHS will bet your entrance exams instead of BEC and all that. It's not because of COVID. Educational leaders we're not planning at all. They are about to roll it out. Maybe it has come to meet the COVID and all these things.
But what can we learn from it?
But
the curriculum and the academic calendar.
Yes.
But academic calendar is because of the COVID-19.
So academic calendar it has been affected.
But they say in the next 3 years it will revert back to.
Okay. We are going to run what we are running this year. Say lockdown be banner it me go through this year successfully. We are going to run what we are running this year for 3 years, and then after that we go back to the norm, what we were doing previously. However, I think say yes, COVID no so ama timetable assessor. Ama contact hours assessor. Ama people in classrooms assessor. Now we've been advised to have lesser numbers in the classrooms, maximum of 30.
Public schools because I know private schools we were at 25. That was even before COVID-19.
Yes. So even a private school at 25.
Meaning public school before the COVID-19 no more 95.
In a classroom.
Yeah, in a class. Yes. 95.
Wow.
95.
So now they need to split the classes.
So because of the COVID-19, the lessons that we have derived is that
we need lesser classes, and in as much as the numbers were there and we are cutting the numbers down, it facilitates and ensures good education.
Good.
You see, when the numbers are huge, it becomes difficult for teacher and facilitator to impact well. Class need those one. Which are we are do you understand? And as usual, the chorus answer. Yes, sir. Then what I say there be those time I did the agro. But near one you will not be able to get to them. Even if exercises. Me 93 obey that market old market essays near there. You cannot even give 2 exercises in a term or in a semester. Evanisa, you will not be able to know exactly the weak student and the bad student. Sometimes we get to see the good student or the bad student from assignments, from exercises, from tests that we run. It is a class need also. It will scare the teacher to run these things. And so when to me and run here, and no Emma Emma Fano. Until now we are learning lessons of having lesser classes and then lesser contact period. You see, it is not about Franbeko school and upper 7, no upon 5, no, and the learning can take place outside the confines of the classroom and outside the confines of the school. In this COVID era, we are told say a senior shorter contact hours, but in the school. But we are also learning that if the child goes home, learning continues at home. Into what you teach, you give assignments, you give exercises. Now I can give as many exercises as I want because I'm only teaching about 30 students.
That was no more assignment.
No, sir. Now the numbers have reduced.
In front of that one, sir.
Numbers now reducing. Into nipa 30, meet my market. But if the numbers are 40, 50, 70, 90, exercise nimpo de me so kran so media you can mark it because of the numbers. Into we are learning to reduce the size of our class. That is one. We are learning to also continue learning outside the classroom. And now, no, this is the right time we need to be learning both in the classroom and online. So you do classroom and then supported by online or any other means. So for me, in some of the things, in some of my classes I teach, I give you an online or a website to go and read. And now my friend working our phones, working our internet. Into by the time you come, no, now at least what me acronym ahead of what we did previously. And when you ask them to learn on their phones, they are excited to do so, rather than going to pick a book to read. Into now we are learning to involve internet, to involve even social media in learning. I think last week, me can say, when you stand in front of the student, now what kasa 1 hour and now 2 hours are. Now whether you give notes or whatever, by that 2 hours, no, near Abofaniba Kaya or Kaya will be less than 20 minutes of what you said. But when you record yourself and you put it online, now Abofani Tia, now and Tia he can replay and replay and replay. Make us our class a million. I cannot replay myself. Sometimes the things I may teach and I may even forget some of the things I said. Now we are learning to be more sophisticated by using internet, social media, and everything to enhance our education. Say I know said in the Western world they do a lot of online class or online contact hours with their students, though they do physical contacting.
They say crowd lockdown, but no crowd. I think they are socially, they are basically
into moving on. We shouldn't wait for total lockdown or shutdown of schools to involve internet or to do online learning. We should blend the two. Instead of when lockdown comes or when schools are closed, we've already started the online, so we can still move on.
Mame Ohenewa and so Abeka Ansa our Facebook live. Mame Ohenewa yebesre na wa share page no e de amayen nyaminhira papa say Mame Ohenewa eba beta ne kunachi na ono so ewo online a otie dwuma de no. Mama papa social aspect relating to people, observing personal hygiene, neatness, cleanliness, outside behavior, creation of jobs. And so bang and COVID-19 at the abrayan and association bang na yesua young dada sitremo na make say observing personal hygiene kindness and na take COVID-19 by year 2020 no sing na yehu no ensa hohoro ne nyama video bi a me share ye last year obroni bi a so yo broni po ofi abonte ba na abonte ho a wo de nsu na ye ayi tube bi o man da form na wo hwie nsu egu ne ho fo no ho nyina neatness na hygiene nsa hohoro then adesua ben na mama yenya ede efimo Frederick Asare Labi papa ore ehwe yen nyame enhira papa you are watching us nyame enhira o yebese na Frederick Asare Labi papa aba Facebook a bomodi na share page no efama ye da se mama
papa social aspect aboye
okwan ben so na aboya yen
because first no na ensa hohoro bebre no na papa enkoso saa say esanse covid ba ye nti no wonam ba bia akra na obi nsuo esi ho a utimi ben ho ekokoro won sabi adwuma famu ama yesua sede sese yankasa yetimi create ye nyuma because papa covid ba ye enipa o madwuma bo won ene dooso ama ye hu se wuti oman mu a anase wo wiase a bibia betimi asi at any time nti sese wankasa utimi boa wo ho ewo kwan horo bebre so ena adwuma ba kon so entimi nhwe wo nhwe wa abusua bise nipa bebre ni titiriw eni oma na ete nkrofo stores ano oma ekira ade wo private schools oma ekitekita nkrofo adwuma na omo hwe no yeyi nipa bebre adi na saa bre ne se ye wa wadwuma bi kakra bi bodwa bi na se nyame aye wadom a ubetimi aye etena ho na aboa wo ena fe ye hwa aware afemu nso a papa covid ba ye me ka hye nyame anuonyam se
praise God
enipa bia na wo ho ye won den
praise God
papa bebre
awowo
minnimu kra minnimu nipa 5 covid mu nyame de nyinsan adom wo because obi wo ho anani kunu wo akwantu
miracle covid
nani kunu wa kwantuo esa lockdown ni ntino be ma ne ba ye beti na afia ene nyame ado
lock no fi
ena me colleague ba ko a ono so no ni
obi say yi ono ne kunu ntem enyo na
papa
enam so nti ama ntokwa sisi wo fi bebre de bia ntumi mpie na de bia ntokwa saa 9 months de nyina ntokwa nkuto
papa ntokwa kronkron anase
and ya be nya say ni ntokwa kokro ntokwa nkasa je say ompe ne ma hwen so ejanka lockdown en ma no so na popia ye se ndwufo na waba oba na abeda
papa esiesie aware bebre
ya ma me Salome amoya wa champama oretie yam papa owo Italy Salome michia papa ani Italy fu nyina nyame nhira papa oba hema Salome amoya orehwe yan ewo Italy nyame nhira
papa esiesie aware bebre enipa bia na be ma bi wo ho a opon adwuma se be ye obebe fie kra no na ye den ba covid ni mu ne lockdown ni ade a e ba ye no oni ba bia akọ enti oni option bia se esese oni ne yire esiesie omo
jenya no pa wi anwumre etem ano pa wi anwumre etem ano pa
nyame anuonyam
ano pa wi anwumre
papa
last week na bra Steven ka se ano so no ano pa wi anwumre sa
anyonko fafa mu ne nso no ama enipa asua se esese woni uyonku nipa tena yie fi se covid ni mu no ahokyere bi ba ya na esese won anyame aye won adomato won nsem kwan bi so no eboa omo ye mmere no omo na ye den omo ye den kakra ne so omo ye mmere ni mu abia eti papa covid ni de positively no
social life no
eboa ye neatness e ma ye hu ye esese me kokoro me nsa
in fact ebedu baby no menya fi abontin rep fi pe ese me kogware
papa me na me ro me ho niema
mama so sa oye pe na wa bia ye wo no
mu kra nsa na me ra
owro ono don wro dem ko owro na aka ne nyama ne ma bi na wadi mirika no akwa be hye onya bia inside ana
papa wa kasa wo de niema ni wra dem ho
onu ka don fa ngura
usuro papa usuro eti no be wro ntade no papa ne ade
mama me producer can say bi wo ma chi na anhwe ni ya me yi na di
Ajo bra papa. Eti no papa eboa yen kwa horo bebi.
Steven Hweniye.
Eboa yen kwa horo.
Den ebe pie.
Go.
Eboa yen kwa horo bebi so papa. E ma yehu emi se e ma mi sua se de kan na ka mitimi boa ne ma no weekend na merci. But e ko do baby say every 3 days bia no. Na eba amadwin mu se moa ni wo mu na ne ma ne wo ho a. Ebetimi betimi afa kwan bi so apie. Eti ni every 3 days bia. Ese se me ho ne ma free ho. Asesa bi so ban kwan bebre.
Obi so ha na onom so ba non tan no but
say ama wa ye used to ama wa ye used
onom so pa
say papa say so share dem say me hu ne say eto ato asoma wo pa
me producer ba kon ono no say just every day bi anko ne yemu a
na ya ha
be ha wadwene na ye no so hu nti
eti papa abie ye ni wo ne ma bebre hu
okay
abie ye ni wo
na mama creation of jobs and so send abekana fa last year COVID-19 2020 ye hu say nkofo innovations e ba ye obi wo ho na okoye sa no do ho and say 15 minutes to 20 minutes
Veronica
bucket be mu mama then lessons na yesu creation of jobs among of nya adwuma
creation of jobs among of kasa e create o job because enipa COVID-19 bre yi mu lockdown bre mu be sua liquid soap ye wo me okra bebre
mama ye liquid soap nso
papa mpacho me ye liquid
soap adako me sheda afro na wa studio na wa be chere yan se na ye liquid soap eno nkun ya
my red liquid soap ye na ye wo bleach
okay
bleach aye de paper stains
bleach a wo de pour wo ho no
pacho there bi we ye bleach aye de paper stains any ade e wo ni nyina nso wo ye papa Tom Brown ye
hey
me ye winnie me ye me serious na ade enkofo besua anema ehye bi se na obi wo ho a wo kira de wo na azui adwuma ne mma eti no ese so ono ankasa pe bibia ode obeye eti na no famu nso no eboa nkrofo pa papa mi say nyame nam so boa me kwa horo bebre so fi se lockdown ni mo no onkwa adwuma wutifie obeye ne den eti job creation yes Emma nkrofo sua ansa no dwuma Emma ba akokra de ye bi school yo no nursery wa anko bi o ma liquid soap ni bleach no eno ano de aye na dwuma oguso a ode eye
mama Salome ya moya achampoma Italy say please drink warm water and a little drop of lemon juice warm water bi so ye nso show akasa so creation of jobs epie papa ewo COVID-19. Papa, then all the counter emotional aspects, ability to think, innovation, developing ideas, doing things in a new way. Papa, nafa so super.
I think senior minya bia kai no. Itimi bie kwan ema avofro ema wotimi nyeska. Hollywood you find ever in the street in the world people selling nose masks. People will not buy. No nose masks. They see him say hospital near you soon. But now people sell face masks and it goes faster anything.
Okujo what crowns is here
you because now
now
people are skeptical in buying things outside, but opiana and funny nose masks. That's the first thing he or she will buy. Internet the Airbnb kwan sanitizer you so people are becoming innovative and all that. So like who said COVID buy to be hand washing automatic what they anchor whatever yeah
your friend the Barry
you the also anchor
I'm your friend the Barry so
inti Emma president Akufo-Addo kra eto nsa free biba Flagstaff House.
We are talking about 2020 and the lessons we learned from COVID-19. 2020 afeno you say enye but ama obianya recognition from the president.
Yeah.
After 2020. What lesson are you learning? I believe this program must educate you so much that 2021 should be a year of fruitfulness. Nya usua year what 2020 mun say bo papa and probably nyama do have one question want me nsua eno na yenam dwumadi so na yen bejafon every bia ne so e de akere yen na enka chi ye we can still learn from it. Papa Tuaso, because of that, somebody had recognition from the president.
And a lot of people came into the limelight because of COVID-19. People who were using their God-given talent to create things. I think, sir, Abrante now, our friend was Flagstaff, and innovative, whatever. But there were other people who created hand washing, ebimo, automatic, dry, and in fact, and people, journalists, interview a lot of them. Some came on Facebook, and because during that time, Facebook, there's no way if you on Facebook. You go on social media, and we're seeing all these things. Into innovation, it came. Now, in Crawford, when in the midst of every evil, in the midst of every darkness, there is a waning light. There is a light that can outweigh the darkness. Inti sa nyankopon etimede enyema to nkrofo adwinmu ebie nkrofo ani ama nkrofo ideas awo no etimi eba into fruition. Senka COVID ama taxi driver ben ode insu ne sanitizer bebo ne car.
I was surprised.
You wash your hand before you enter the car.
I was surprised.
So in the midst of bibia no nyankopon eribie yang adwin or the yang adwin esibibi so. We shouldn't just see COVID-19 as evil. Of course, losing people yaw. Fam wanga we lose families ne ade no yama ondie. And the people that they have lost. And just this year wanga wu see you in penifo. And you think say yaw. But in the midst of all these, God is teaching us a lot of things. God is teaching us to know, say,
not to be just careless.
Yes, not to be just careless. So in the midst of darkness, no, papa a woman, no, papa na a woman, it will outweigh the bonine or yawa experience, I believe, say, like she's saying, now it's giving us, it make us more careful, washing our hands and all that. Yes. Before COVID, if you remember, you do one, I can say, I to go and wash your hand. Nurse about own parents, I was just said here, me who be there. She was always teasing me. But now COVID, I don't even have to wait for her to tell me. There's a tap outside before you can get in, before you can go to the sink and get to the bedroom. Until you go through all that process, just because now you want to protect yourself and to protect your family. We shouldn't be condemning about the enyema COVID abane or yawa ediaban. But let's see the good in that. Say, come ben sona befa COVID so near enyema yi. And then nana enyema pan efima ba. Last year nga worry nipa 25. Nipa 100. Nipa say. And Papa made I always say and then I'm going to say you worry achi into best and worry beam into we started planning your next wedding. But I mean if you are getting wedded within this time, this is the time. This is the time. This is the time. Oh worry oh ever told. I mean less numbers, less expenditure. Inti say nipa 100 impo na eba. You see Andra
I have an invitation.
Oh you be invited. Andra na me deco them obi oil deco and oil fashion design e din komo. And also you see when you do a setup for a small number, money effect. But when the number is outrageous, now we are not beauty now person there no. Now we are seeing now we are tamwe, now we are you. That last year was in Kamewari and last year.
Oh yes, Papa.
Kamewari in Ka Obani me dating a me one hokrana. At least me sure send Kamukra 2,000 CDs in Kabit Maya Obeyan Wade. Because men and the pet and now feel I'm compare expensive coat. I said, Mina met up and down, yeah, a political suit I may or be in a white come off fair big gown beer. Nipa 25 never. Me sister Krame Brown public magazine reception. Wanga no edi ngo betimi afa. but I mean inviting if 300-400 he na emphasize abedin
me wedding me na o me 450 plus
we didn't put this we did the 3 you maybe quite yet I sorry them near friends reception grounds I am na sorry them unzo I am ebuso in the end impressive but into a year planning another wedding no and we are planning oh you do small one beautiful one special people I will just be invited into papa made a maker send a can
you never be officiating
who's it
you never be officiate
oh it became me am officiating
obi say say here na won asem ka me pejam nsa
enya de baby sa Satan ye how the atwem nti papa I think that we should see the positive
aspects
in
it has really helped.
Yes,
it has really helped.
Last year me uncle we, me papa brother penny we, and your COVID eku no. Oh we, a kaya boy no, it was simple because that time na nisi nipa 25 enkwe yase. Inti yabo pata nipa 25 netio. Wa beba no, wa beba bebulu 25 no. Ka de buy tinem. Tina baby. Edu so obi sorry na waba. Obe sina so less than 30 minutes you go. Eyi na yeko accountful yeko eyi yafi asori de na betina eyi ase from 1 saa bonyom ma de bi da man so mi hwe njo obetina wa no nsia moya yentu apo na yete ho ensa won ye ma na ebeba na aba na yete o na ye bonyom na yesa na edidi na nya ye ka I think the last year de wa body wo moga wensi wa ye ho wa wo girl na wan ware no why your wo girl na wan se ne pe why your because Satan na me no so I scarce and na me no so I careful because COVID ne wan anya ntum o COVID ni pe asaba
asemesi
until last year it was a strategic year.
It was also an opportunity year to take advantage.
Strategic year.
Salome Amoyao, Chapamati Italy now. We say nice program. God bless you all. Salome, Nyaminsha Papa, so we thank God. Papa, my main Samara was so her spiritual aspect in terms of church and personal spiritual life. Then addition is if you mo sorry mo. I remember me fa we in Kemu. Time I work call lockdown na me redwen home me bisa me producer me make cry say inti ya beden na call yama communion, you know, President Church of Ghana pa, and then something dropped into my spirit, and so me the two guy or me pages so na dey also for paying be for me. Because say papa na me hu sadi wo status na over ne den ye be say ye retwen so be ye na ye hu se ne ye be kwa fa na betimi aboa yen so ya ye. I was talking about virtual communion, you know. It was after 4-5 days, and I mean, who's a moderator, and so at the Abbase, you be a virtual communion, Ubi Ampe, Wifa, and you know, it made me think, and my drink quite cheap, and then it dropped into my spirit. And no, we can use these means. As those who are very consecutive in the President Church, you know, where things are no, but then are the fufu now, depending on the President Church of Canada, then they virtual communion, baby na, also for the name na, yes, and but you know, virtually we have to come to that so that and it worked. It worked. You know, Papa, what do we learn in the church as far as 2020 COVID-19 is concerned?
Spiritually, I think it's the last year. I would always start from because media, social media
was trending.
Yes, was trending, and I think it was one of the years people were talking about the coming of Christ. They were akin the COVID and the situation to the coming of Christ. People now wait the other. This situation has happened here, and some situations now, a lot of them were not true, but it was coming up, and the second coming of Christ was reiterated, and was reiterated. Into Emma ye mubi and I say oh na say unye prepare for the second coming to get alerted. Say you need to get alert because in the midst Bible no crack say end time no peril situation ya rebeba or man be so amangso false prophets beba. And last year we saw a lot of false prophets or prophecies that were coming. yari so by and in nyama nyankopon atro na same
sir.
Inti, for me, it drew my attention to the coming of Christ. Again, I also realized that as a church leader, we need to find ways and means to get our church members with or without their presence in the church. Inti, a lot of asofo innovative in terms of messaging. Internet and then Osha, I saw baby now what they message to online. They are sending message online. They are sending Bible studies. And come on, we will not do Bible studies online.
Never.
People were doing Bible studies online. My local were doing Bible studies online. Also for catechist and a presbyter bako. Now on Asia, we share. Now you share virtually, we follow and we send in our comment. So we're doing that, and no Emma Asafono kept moving on. And of course, Sanya, no, and Mra Yesu Christo Betchi Yakuni Adeno, and Merciafono at the tay. And at that time, they didn't have social media to even communicate. But this time, it's the same persecution, Abba. But in the midst of this persecution, we have social media to use to reach out to members. And Papa, it is working. You talked about virtual communion. Yes, a lot of us introduced the virtual communion, and it worked. Last week, me, I was administering communion in my house. Obi Omi Fibiano, we were giving communion. And it even afforded a moframpo at home to experience communion, family communion.
Sure.
And in the family, communion, you cannot exempt your children. You are communing with God and you are dining with God. So it gave that communal thing with the family. Ebusuane atenase yene erade edidi. Who say
Yinshira wo ye.
Efie nye nshira sem ne yeka. Ya sorry na ya hye in the Bible no haven't seen any confirmation. In my house I don't need to confirm my child to take family communion. But sorry there it is different. Inti Emma ebusuano etimi etenase ebompai esue nyame sem
talking about our church life, services,
yes,
time we spent at church.
Yes. And then coming to the church itself, now time we reduce our time. And for me, it is the best thing that has happened to our church. We spend a lot of time at church. Now 1 hour, 30 minutes, service is over.
And everything.
It is telling us that we waste a lot of time in church. Also for be preacher, and as a preacher, we preach tin. Make me look out. In painful be ka make catch me say, oh, when I preach na dia, I am happy because pepe na ye. But obi be preacher, what me preach tin 30 minutes. And beyond.
Minimum of will be preaching 2 minutes.
Perfect. And that 2-minute word is powerful.
Yes.
Because nobody will forget whatever he says.
2 minutes, 3 minutes, no way.
But yeah, no, they papa, you better wine near a story, near for her, near the wine her, near the say. At the end of the day, near what you know, ubisa wanga, what to mean cache. Into papa, for me, it has taught us to be precise, concise with our messages, with our church services. And okabrochia, one chewa sorry them.
Yeni abrochi, mbacho yeni abrochi.
No, some made it to two.
Yeni abrochi.
Into Africa for woman yan share. Na yan time yade ya sorry no. Say it also.
Say yes, say presby. Yeah, presby.
You into abwayen, ebiyen ani.
Me name one man for no to say obi nim ne.
No, but even with them, Papa, I think say they will all respect what the directives are.
Okay.
Into abwayen mede, I am very happy. Usually me I go for first service. Make a first service na masan either second service or JY and do my work. But now no, even second service crown 9 maximum 11. Wabe fie. Obo ho ban, obi bi ya why? And it is helping. Ama obi etimi onizo we dey make sorry aye nche osofo o preach tenten ye meye menyema sabio nyema tenten.
Doris Nketiansa is also watching. Doris Nketiansa that's Papa Sabe Kanyansa ewa ha Papa Stephen ewa ha no musu chiao.
You mama mi chiao. Into I think say it has helped us, but we need to, for me, be biara a mindset.
Okay.
We need to realign our mind, reorient ourselves, and come into terms. Say, in mere asesa, into mere asesa, as a some me and the wo yes sir. We're preaching maximum 15, maximum 20 minutes, and so we 15-20 minutes. Where we have sermon, and those sermons will be very impactful rather than going beyond. So, if I say a teaching service, then we can spend more time using the online portal. And now, Papa, almost every church now has a Facebook account. Almost every church. Well, and yet, one of the American
Facebook account.
Well, then, on my catchy, but almost every church, about 98% of churches in Ghana have Facebook account. Now,
Salome Amoyao say, Papa, you are right. Some of the pastors preach so long. Amaya Salome if Italy and they buy.
Recent Nancy Michelle Praise TV and TB is it TD Jakes?
Yeah, TB Jakes.
Now sorry, can say, but and then or no, and I think Negrin in Nipa best 4 and I tell sorry him and no preaching virtually. He is preaching in an empty church as if he has his congregation there. I listen to him every day. He's preaching normal. And then no, you can spend more time. You can spend time to do that preaching. But when the people converge, cut your things short. Then the man kofono menyeje o minimsem basho amenche minimsem basho amenche. Of course, we need to spend time with God. But Papa, Bible say the Sabbath was made for man and not man for the Sabbath.
Sure.
So let us yemfa nyemego ha se yemfa nyansa entoho ne de toho a ebeboa amaya asafo no kra enyin.
Mama kitu bia ode kan yembre no abo aye 8 but you know baby there are a lot of things we need to talk about, but Mama kakra ode beka ho.
Papa kakra me de beka ho eni se de yembra kan ye no online servicing no eba so Christ the King say ye na ye ni na, but as time went on no nyame ye ya don ma yetimi ye and afi ema enipa so eni ba won ho so efa end time asema na ye kan ho ti se na Bible aka se ebre bi beba onyame asem hu tie kom ebeba edu baby ni papa wuti a na wo kon adose nka wo betimi akwa sorry enso sabre na sorry eni ho to say ye started sa online no edu baby ye na ye tua ye tight online ye momo ye no mobile money because one kasa no wuti fie ne kra no wo hu ne say sa time ye se me yire me ho ye bibia say ye no krese Kristo ba ampa se de enipa keka ne news no circulate na amonyankopon ehu me mobo eti boso me ne so a wa woji mobile money number na wa send no momo na eko eti papa spiritual aspect no ema nipa ni ba ne ho so afi na ye nyamre so bo mpaye because ye mpie ye wo fie eti kwasi ada na eduru a obi nkyerɛ se boa wa busua no na bo mpaye na munsua nyame asem eti papa boa ye wo kwan huru bebre so ena edu ba bi nso ase wo ni obi hia na obie wa no se wo ka nyame asem a kyerɛ nipa na wunya asem ka ena nipa ne so de na so ma because ehu abono de ye wura mu e de ye kosi he aso Kristo maye na na oba no ana sesen inti no e maye nya asem nso kan ye inti e boa ye papa e boa ye pa.
Good Salome Amoya still or they also say we are still doing online service here in Italy. Yeah, mami Salome and Ede Iba ye. Yenu abia Doris Nketian Ansa. O say God bless you Papa Kwache. Doris ma ti ase say enye Papa Kwache nkwa na ewa ha. Mama enso ewa ha menso me wa ha producers wa ha otimi yemu ka say God bless you papa kwachi bonidin a na wa ye yim ewo dwumadi so nyame enhyira
Yankopon kra tama Samuel Eli Efi na Eli osofo pon wo ho Eli ma wo fe on dempo we say Phineas anana Phineas nka
David
idi mrefi the man wo ho na Erade frɛ no ofrɛ Samuel o
nkoa
obo Samuel di nkoa wanka se Samuel Eli ene Eli ma
yo
inti se Erade abomidin a Erade bomidin na mitimi nya mede
yo
Amadoris meso me da ase oso ana bomidin me da ase ami hira
yo on hira no yo la me de man hira me u hira no o ko hwe ni yiro Atifu Pacho, but we don't comment about and share but if you have any comment for those of you watching us on Facebook Live, you can send your comments, you can bring your lessons that you yourself have learned from 2020 COVID-19 era. Adisua wo usua ye nia wasua ewo mo no ubetimi ne yen ache on Facebook Live. Odo comment ne ba ye be kenkan na afoforo so atie ye nyina ye rusua de obetimi dia brand so WhatsApp media aspects what has 2020 COVID-19 taught us as far as media, the social media, the print media, and then the electronic media. We have 3 types of media. That is the social media. The social media, no, the right name is the new age media, and then we have the print media. The print media has to do with our daily newspapers and different posters and it falls under print media. And then the electronic media has to do with the television and then the radio. Mama round China, my family papa ho. Then a day and media aspect, as far as COVID-19 2020. Then a day na aboyen innovation bang and media aboyen imprinting you can hit on any of the media, the print media, the social media, and then the electronic media. Better congregation because of radio. COVID-19 you saw the electronic media, that's the radio. The boy as well papa programs be into me was show them through the radio. We're able to do it now as a former 18 year boy papa then addition
papa kakra mimi hu ye COVID-19 in 2020 because of lockdown into the print media so te
sure
na ema kromu te papa
obi be come out
papa ema kromu te
ema one print exercise books ne hon ko ne buy ne posters ne banners ne ade 21 days fasting
no
who set it
ya mo mudue but ema kromu te
so
fi se ebi wo ho a o de better ho program ni twam a onko wai na wai ato na ema fi ba krom ena fe radio aspect no ema programs na omoye no na yenya da agitie fi se adwuma ye bi ni ho na watutu mirika se o me kwa adwuma afen so ema asofo so ani ba so se ene se yenya won wa asore de a ene na yemfa nko radio na yenya o na ye ne o mo nkasa enu ti no ema na asofo ne ade enso ye research e kire ye nyema bi ani so afen so ema yankasa nso yesuasua ne ema bi first na Twitter social media de kika ho na menye
dango ne Skype
na menye fan of that but through adie we nti ama mesua ne ema bebre how to download ne ema Facebook mesua papa mesua na minimu se
obi da so to say hu hia
papa hu hia pa hu hia YouTube ni ade minya daje man kola ne kire me
eye me wonwa papa
ema mi sua ya
mama me ba eye me wonwa papa Steven say me women fellowship program o mo aye morafo na ye won ani afio one program no so no actual so training on how to use Zoom. Let me say wow.
The world is changing.
Ba be sua se na ye use Zoom. Efa na wa brante wa baba wa wa blessed wa ye mama no ma 70 years 80 years
Omumpo besi.
Mama to asem
Papa 2020 na Zoom me hu kra
What say,
say.
say,
Me
bibi
ti
Zoom.
say bibi kra wo
Di
ho a e di Zoom because na me we exams bi tro. Through Zoom and I'm meeting me discussion near the end of this year.
That's right.
Eti papa aboye. Sometimes I share the evil aspect ne nko a na ye refi niema e de abeka ya brabo ho. Nen e refi niema e de abeka ya brabo ho. E ma yesua said the young kasa kra ye betimi. That was the first time am yankasa me hear recordings bi ni Facebook.
That's
preaching
right.
ni ade e ma echo out. Eti no papa me ka hye nyame anuonyam say
producer bonisem
2020 momu die me aboa me na minim se aboa nipa bebre nso.
Papa, young con, Jane Brenner, break, but I don't know. I want us to finish this. I don't want us to go part 3. And you know, we ain't break it to be 10 minutes past 8. Today is the 1st of January 2021. The last day of January tomorrow. We are entering to February. Papa, your comment quickly on the media aspect. Any that you want to hit on the social media, the print media, the electronic media?
The electronic media,
that's radio, television.
Yes, radio, television, no. Made money in that year because I saw any baby egwanko one station,
including your church,
including yes Presby.
We need
yes, we don't have a TV station.
You don't have a television station.
Which people?
Yeah, the Presbyterian.
Now who was sorry?
Maybe a host.
Okay, PCG maybe.
Okay.
So we had to resort to TV3 and then GTV on different times to do online service. And of course,
they had
GTV
money.
and TV3 would make money out of it. Otabel was using TV3. And then I know in sorry Bebre, Otabel will come after PCG one service. So they were the churches were running to the media stations.
That's
for
the electronic aspect.
Yes, for publicity and to spread their word, and they were making money. Into what you can say, 2020, and how na brenga, they were making money in there, and apart like Mama said, no, of course, maybe the print media no would have been affected, all right. However, social media was also making money.
Sure.
And all the online portals that for interactives were making money, and Zoom made money.
YouTube
and Facebook, WhatsApp, almost all the electronical social media portals were all making money because it was the only means of contacting people. It was the only means you could spread the word to people. And
the only means to sell, the only means to do business.
Yes. And people
were staying home and doing office work from home.
Yes.
Through the social media.
The telecom companies too have made money.
The MTN, the
MTN and the Vodafone and the Airtel Tigo, they were all making money because the only way to get access to anything is online.
Internet.
It's online. You are buying data here and there. Ama people have become glued to phones. Though we are already glued to phones, but COVID had also brought us closer to our phones than perhaps it used to be, because everything now we are always looking for maybe COVID update. You are waiting for this. You are looking for this. You are looking for this. And then President in himself or Kasa, looking at what he's saying, yes, he also or restricted burials and then funerals and weddings. Funerals and weddings are restricted. It is all restricted or ban on funerals and weddings. Say na midi can carry no. So I plan wedding now. Watch it. Did you saw your virtual wedding? Virtual wedding. Oh yeah, online now number 4 ashe. So pass will be on them no the ama mumu. Now what the afimaba. We need to realign our thoughts to the new trend. Into Papa, I think say near maybe I heard a horn do. So we need to resort to the new trend and and get to our church members, get the new trend to do our businesses. That's it.
Papa Yambreno area bit na I want to share the hydrogen peroxides. What measures do we have to take? The second phase of COVID-19, what we must do. But let's take our general comment. Our final comment on the lessons we learned and the future out there, especially in the second phase of COVID-19. Then I say, general comment briefly in maybe 2 minutes.
Papa, second wave, na second year in Ayatina, no yedding. And me were 2 cousins, be cry, or my test positive. Saying, I mean, a year, I don't know, doctor wolf you no hoon in 10 months, and can name papa. Ena kakra me kan say amama sua say esese nkwala no me mama ni ko nkwala ne ho enne nim tri ni ade ya omo keken ya abeba bibai vaccine ni nyanye available na yempempo papa esese yen yankasa yen haban ni ade no
eba ye de bebo asofu no ne asofu first asofu de mo gidi no so sen yende no asofu ni di kan wa na parliament ye shen haban bi se me nkwala no ni ame yo mo ne se nim tree both nim tree ankasa ne quite nim tree no enua bi nsansrama ne ade ma hyesi ho anope bia mechanic na me bi adware won na me ankasa enumere o mu fi school ba na me de bi adware won papa na yem fam pa yen so
ana honama ayo hona
sa papa na yem fam pa yen so nka ho afi adwuma ye ne nso no yankasa yen hia se de ye de yensa ebe ye niema bi papa niema bebre wo ho ene hyeto ye ne ade yi oba asua ye school fo yi na ekoi wa ye hyeto a wo benya omo ebeto online selling aba wo de to ayi Twitter ene ne kika hu ya wo benya omo ebe order for na wa supply ena fe ye spiritual aspect ne so no. This is the time papa esese ye ma ye ni ba ye ho so se ni a Bible kan ye efa na ye di akire ne ho no enu amu na ye we eti esese ye bo ye mbre ye sese Kristo pie na ye betime ne nakọ fi se enche na rapture eyiniti papa ye hwe niema ye na mu ya se ye mese rapture ye mfa ni easy because face mask she papa ne hye nafo ne hye ye den papa ne hye ye den eti se no be free hona de foforo ne beba kakra yimpo na ye ho yira ye
ho ni
na bibi foforo be san be ka ho ti papa kakra me wa me ka kire
yo papa kwache final comments.
I think sir kakra nam de be ka ona ye wie se ne odi kan no pun ne de yempun
Salome Italy Osi please drink sobolo.
Yes, uye pun
Salome
the past
Osi drink sobolo.
Oh, sir, on also the oye
sobolo mi ton bi
inti
but most of them bicha akwa hu no.
Sobolo me pepper but enye na me de me every morning and evening I inhalation me pun. I mean warm hot water with lime
in so show
you so show ni lime na ewum na midimitie wuram sa na kom bese 10-15 minutes mi wi an makujare and na kake bo concoction bi ne content de me nka ba bo concoction na me nom no so me nya no warm na wanom onom a bo se
just minister na chere
you
this
minute oh ne de ho ne concoction no the concoction here dey beautiful you just do what you believe in as a Ghanaian, as an African. There's a time where we need to be African in our medication. Yeah, mama can name tree ni ade no just boil nyano warm. It's advisable to take warm things now. Unya be warm in the morning, na a clear throat, and you may okoba. No one will be warm before you sleep. When you do that, even when you have the virus, they will be inactive because
mama Ansa utie.
What you nti eno bema virus na hoding no aba fom upun a warm no and I vapor no enam hwinim enam wanum eho any the main place
Justice
no
Moxie yeah that was papa say wabeka yensa unfortunately Jumadi no riba na we but Justice yeah that was say wabeka yensa bebre. I think you fellowship with Carnation Presby. God bless you so much for joining us. Papa, your final comments.
I think so, Papa, we should do that. Yeah, nesa, na nesa, ebema we no akswate. Ena scientists funi say yenta na me wiem. Ewia
ebe tuntum.
Oh,
so ka
na me tuntum na ye kokko. Ye tuntum a, we ye kokko adekwen.
Ena me yere pemio.
Yo.
Wona obi anya kokko, ohun kokko.
Tubedu kokko echi na corona achero.
Ohun kokko da sa.
Ubedu kokko echi na corona achero ode a. You, Dr. Fusi nyina ewia so. Na vitamin D. Ewia na show ya.
Esa dey anopa, for them D dey anopa.
Enti
after anopa ewia no
enti anopa ugina mu kakra ewia so no agina mu na ewia na hyew. En show na nkum corona no.
Okay.
Eno ne advantage ayewa as African too. And yes, I we would have been gone by now. Young son, no, boy, the way I am, and you are part of
you. Papa, that's Mama, your greetings, and Person Chiano, and your last day of the month, and now Chiano, na Yampaja.
Papa, medical as usual, medical chia, Nukno, Maxwell,
Papa, in the last day.
I love him, and I say he's a wonderful husband. Afei nana ya obrempon asare say obekan ye ho kra he's a wonderful son me kunu ejuma ye ni no he's very humble me ka say nyame enhira no pa and afei papa obi bia o hwe yen Reverend Daniel Owusu ono so me ka say nyame enhira no pa
Papa Stephen Hana and you will chia no the last day of the month.
Last day of the month, Michia, Mayere as usual, Oba Ubia, Chiana Papa, or your fear, or do Ubia, Oba Ubia, or your fear. Namebo me reading one of a chimney. Miss Nameme, then a mebo, or your fear. Okay, listen, we are also aboard. Mamma Chama, you didn't have a one in the video.
Oh, your Friday, if I fear not come home.
Intimichiano, and a minianom, Kujuji do, and a year, Matissa Adua, home foul. Na
Bakunibi.
Who's it?
Bakunibi.
There were never Bakunibi. I mean, say, could you know how? No, in the Kujusu, how I draw now, draw on ton. Miss Chia Collins and son in a year, you and Minia Collins are so Eddie birthday. And be a queer full party cranty. Ya akukama. In Pabone, your boss say, a fee a day, would you fool? You. And a punchy bem a pow, a punchy not very man in Pampa on a home. And I'm a catching, see a punchy head.
Sent you,
sent to full papa. So do you maybe and papa?
Sure,
you, full name, life super up, Guso. Easy Sunday we are pass our brain when you as a solve be a Babu said, would you be a maybe a money share? I did know in this year. In Pabonia was a few and so and yet after Papa Mayan. January has come. January is going today. Now, Medimua, she must say, Nyame and my January and fire and cordial. Then he has something special for us in February. That is my philosophy. Then God has something for me in the new day. So I believe God has something for all of us, my family, my friends, my church, and everybody listening to us. God bless you all.
I tell you that Papa, Ochina 1st of February is a month of love. Month of love. Now, Sunday, 14th February, we'll have a special program as panel discussion. It will be on a special love. Studio. Etiefo Ochina Nyame Adoma Yeshiemo 4:30 abompaye. Jumadi eba wakwemo nonsia kwesi de bia. Yebesra mo na pese uso yemfimo na oboayen majumadi eba wakwemo abre nyina mu a kwan eda ho no mo na watumi abeboayen. Nyame nshira papa se wo kan ye ho efiti nonson ebepem sabre Enchipia, Yadjumadi, Evan, Nevi, na Yenina, Abomo, SCC, Osi now one thing, Ebe, medicine, you me, Eba Wakwemo.
Radio Killer, station with vision and focus. Radio Killer, protecting Jesus Christ alone. Radio Killer, no size.
Cristo amodino, mami tumi adini na rashe, eya mi mama sana miso, yeni nyuma. Nana pasanyeti ya wase, untumi nyini mao haumu, yemre yemu nyamikaye, jira yese. Now what do we pay? Now what do we pay? Renida so asano okuraye. Now don't to me mona ekikaye.
Yeah, the most of us are Klm. If you know some of them, Radio Klm, station with vision and focus. Yeah, the ones of Papa Salome, Moyao, or Italy, Uti and Sabri, Yamisha Papa, Doris Kensia, or Hinawa, Justice, Yamisha Papa, and you may be Chia West Amakwata or Maryland, United States of America, Riti and Sabri, Esther, Hotting, Yamisha Papa. Isaac Chumquache or Massachusetts, so no, you're maybe Quache, Muriti and Prince Sabri, Yamisha Papa. Then I open Pom, that's sorry, Yamisha. And all those who join us, Papa Frederick Asarilabi, Yamisha Papa, all my producers, Yima, Stevenson, Yamisha Papa, our panelists, Yamisha Papa, for being a blessing to us. Yami Adomna, Yesu Christ, my Bessie Moon, and our train. We'll bring you another topical issue to discuss, which will be a blessing to you. Yamisha, Anomiri, Bongo Yamisha Papa, Michami to Minister, Reverend Joseph Richmond Tate, Yamisha, Reverend Kiki Sapon, and all those who are with us, Reverend Esther Udru. I love you so much, Mama Esther Udru. God bless you. Reverend Dr. Giano Nodonko, blessings to you wherever you are. The Clerk of General Assembly, my own previous chairperson, Reverend Daniel Mahunya Kunyame, Inshira Papa. Kunyamin come home. The President is giving his nation address. God bless you. Morning devotion walk with Jesus into me. I will be streaming Commanding the Man from 4:30 to 6:30. Sorry, 6 a.m. Instead of morning devotion walk about Jordan Hemachibiano. No. You're taking dominion over the month of February. We will stream on Facebook Live.
Yes.
And it will also be on Radio KLM. Join us. The theme that I'm going to speak on and pray on.
No
Show me your love.
access to show.
And some woman. Don't miss it.
Glory
And I want to remind you that the month of February is a month of love.
Goodness is there. Let me know.
Also, say if you want to me 0244735119. God bless you. May the receipt. Nyamishira want to make a number crown is
When we can.
Shiayen watching him matching 4:30. We'll be in Shabby Bray. Want to make a number crown is you're from Reverend Joseph Klm Ansa. My crown, bye.
Radio Killer, station with vision and focus.